Okay, please join us. Yeah, we have Reverend John Oliver, who is the Vice Chair,
from the Christian community.
Mitty Glass from the Jewish community, who is our Honorary Secretary, and then Pratibha, who serves on our executive representing the Brahman Kumaris, and of course Kate Davies, who also serves on our executive representing SAFCEI and our environmental work. So thank you for joining me. Environmental justice and consciousness is not. Let me start again. Environmental justice and consciousness is not the responsibility merely of public officials or experts on the environment, but rather it should be an integral part of what it means to be a responsible citizen and a conscientious person of faith. The conscientious believer is someone who is concerned about issues of environmental justice and who tries his or her best to live in reverence and in harmony with nature and the environment. And we have many scriptures from all of our traditions which exhort us to live in reverence and in harmony with the natural environment. So from a faith perspective, if you were wondering what we as faith leaders were doing here this morning, from a faith perspective, this is our belief, this is firmly part of the way in which we see our responsibility to God and the earth, is that the environmental crisis that humanity is facing today can be viewed as a symptom of a deeper spiritual malaise. And this spiritual malaise has come about, we believe, is through our extravagant and consumerist lifestyles that have transgressed what I would call the balance between humans and nature. An imbalance or an altering of the balance has taken place both at the individual, at the social, and at the global levels. And this is now being reflected in what we call the environmental crisis. Now, a critical dimension of this crisis is that of global warming and of climate change. As responsible global citizens, it is incumbent on all of us to engage in what we call environmental transformation. We need to try our best to restrain our not so good and destructive habits, and to reduce particularly our carbon emissions, and to heal our relationship with the earth and the environment. Hence we are here today as people of faith to express our deep concern that our public policies are not in sync with what we believe to be the best options for preserving our natural environment, saving energy, and alleviating poverty. Just a few days ago, the Environmental Management Inspectorate released a report which found, and I quote from the report, that ESCOM remains the organ of state with the highest rate of non-compliance with our country's environmental legislation, unquote. It is astounding. Now we are further along to learn that ESCOM, the same organization that is violating our legislation, proposes to build additional nuclear energy plants to meet our country's energy needs. Now, in addition to the environmental danger that this will create, it will also cause, as we have already discovered, increases to the cost of our already high electricity tariffs. Now, that is not enough. What is even more disconcerting is that these flawed public policies come at a time when credible research carried out by the Electricity Governance Initiative, has produced clear recommendations to the government contained in its smart electricity plan. So we have options. It's not that we are just speaking from faith in a romanticized way. Some people. We do have credible research, which we will hear a bit more about. This plan sets out clear steps that can be taken which would meet South Africa's energy needs. Increase employment, reduce our carbon emissions. So we are here today to call on our government to adopt the smart electricity plan, which clearly shows that South Africa can meet all its energy needs without resorting to further coal or nuclear power stations. Moreover, by embracing the EGI research proposals, South Africa will be able to meet the needs of the future in a manner which will address poverty and inequity. So we are here to pledge our support to work with our government in developing an energy policy for a sustainable and healthy future. As faith communities, we hope and we pray that our government will heed our call to fully embrace public policies which will care for the future well-being of people and life on this planet, which is our only home. I thank you for your patience.
Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Rashid. We're now Samantha Bailey, who is the project manager of 350.org for Africa, is now going to give us a PowerPoint overview of the smart energy findings. But I wonder whether we've got these press kits, and since the press aren't here, maybe we can come round, and anyone who would like a press kit if you haven't got it,